Hello and welcome back to EFD, where today we'll be looking at some mad transfers that could happen this summer. Let's take it away. 5. Neymar to Real Madrid. Yes, we know this has been discussed over and over again. You're almost definitely sick of hearing about it, and we are also sick of writing about it. But it's still spinning in the rumour mill, so here we are. Neymar has made it clear that he wants out of Paris just 1 year on from his record-breaking €222 million switch to PSG from Barcelona. Despite being under contract at the Parc des Princes till 2022, the 26-year-old's agent Pini Zahavi met with Florentino Perez on the 13th of May to discuss bringing him back to Spain. The Brazilian might be unhappy off the pitch, but his performances on it will be warranting a huge bid from the Merengues. Neymar has averaged 1.0 goals per 90 minutes in Ligue 1 this season, more than that managed by teammate Cavani. On PSG's march to the title, Neymar contributed more assists than any of his teammates, collecting 13 over the season, creating an average of 3.6 chances every 90 minutes. Bale, who Neymar could end up displacing in the Spanish capital, averages just 2.3 chances in La Liga. The number 10 is also contributing 3 key passes every game compared to Bale's 2 and Modric's 1.4. Proving that Neymar would be an exciting addition to their attacking force, but could cause a selection nightmare for Zidane. While Neymar's stats might be inflated due to the nature of the French top flight, in the Champions League he made a goal contribution every 70 minutes. Ronaldo is trumping this with a goal contribution every 55 minutes, but considering PSG's poor performance in the European competition, it's still an extremely impressive output. The French giants are keen to keep hold of their most valuable asset, but according to Transfermarkt's €227 million could see him become the next of Perez's Galacticos. Somehow, we reckon it will take way more than that. 4. Willian to Manchester United. Social media has played a vital role in the transfer market over the last year or so, with Chelsea's Willian the latest to use his Instagram to stir rumours he's on his way out of Stamford Bridge. After making it clear he's unhappy working with Antonio Conte, it seems that Willian will be leaving West London this summer, should the Italian stay, with Manchester United a surprising but probably suitable destination for the 29-year-old. Chelsea's disappointing season saw them miss out on Champions League football on the final day of the season, just a year on from winning the title under the same manager. Over the campaign, Willian has been making 2.6 key passes per 90, higher than the 2.2 being made by United's Juan Mata, but 0.3 lower than his impressive output the season before. This season, the Blues scored just 62 goals, a staggering 44 less than champions Man City and 23 fewer than they scored the previous season. And Willian certainly hasn't been pulling his weight in front of goal, scoring every 0.2 games, compared to a goal every other game in 2016-17. While he is still winning an impressive 0.8 tackles per 90 minutes, under Conte's management, Willian's defensive performances have dipped as well. Despite being contracted until 2020, the Brazilian could be prized away from London to be reunited with his old coach Jose Mourinho. During the Portuguese's tricky spell in West London, which saw the 3 Rats drive him out of Cobham, Willian won the Chelsea Player of the Year as he seemed the only one still playing for the special one, making 0.9 tackles and 0.7 interceptions in the process. This season, Willian has been making just 0.4 interceptions per 90, lower than Juan Mata, who wins the ball back 0.7 times a game for United. And with a transfer value of just €30 million, Willian could be a bargain addition to Man United's midfield, but not entirely necessary for the team that already boasts the likes of Alexis Sanchez, Jesse Lingard and Marcus Rashford. And some of these young talents could become collateral damage should he join. 3. Lewandowski to Chelsea. From the exit door of the bridge and over to the entrance, as Chelsea have set their sights on welcoming Robert Lewandowski to London this summer. The 29-year-old striker, who has topped the Bundesliga with most goals 3 times in the last 4 years, could be an extremely exciting addition to the Blues' changing room. With 29 league goals this season, he is scoring once every 75 minutes, nearly double that of his nearest competitor in Germany, and an average of 0.3 goals per 90. We've already discussed the lack of goals at Chelsea this season, and plenty of the blame has been landed at the feet of Alvaro Morata, who has scored a disappointing total of 11 for the season. The Spaniard has been contributing more for his teammates than the Bayern man though, making 1.2 key passes per 90. Lewandowski makes just under 1 a game, but as one of the world's greatest number 9s, that's not really his top priority. While the two strikers have the same shot accuracy at 54%, Lewandowski would certainly offer more of a goal threat as he takes 4 shots from within the area every game, double the number attempted by Morata. But even Lever hasn't escaped criticism following his somewhat disappointing performances in the Champions League, scoring just 0.5 goals per 90 and making only 0.1 assists per match. He has been somewhat under fire in Europe. If Abramovich is willing to spend the suggested price of over 100 million euros for the Polish international, we could see him in the Premier League next season, where at least Champions League football wouldn't be a problem. 2. Gianluigi Buffon to PSG. Last week, Gianluigi Buffon was one of multiple legends to say goodbye to their boyhood side. Iniesta played his final game for Barca, Torres left Atletico, and the Italian waved goodbye to the Turin faithful after 17 years of service between the sticks. The 40-year-old was expected to retire at the end of this season, but according to multiple news outlets, he could make a shock-free transfer to PSG in the summer, where he would be set to earn €7 million a season. Over this campaign, Buffon has conceded just 11 goals in Serie A, 16 fewer than the world-class David De Gea and 14 less than the PSG graduate and current number 1 Alfonso Areola. The goalkeeping veteran has 125 UCL games to his name and would be an interesting mentor for Areola, who was born just 1 year before Buffon made his first professional appearance. Despite being 15 years his senior, Gigi makes 3.7 saves per goal conceded compared to the 2.5 made by Areola. But while Buffon's distribution accuracy is a respectable 79%, he's beaten by the youngster who has an impeccable distribution accuracy of 92%. But the Italian also plays more long balls, with Buffon's average distribution length being 36 metres, 13 longer than Areola's, so he may have to adjust his style of play if he decides to take a move to France. 1. Anthony Martial to Tottenham. With Harry Kane responsible for over 40% of Tottenham's goals this season, Pochettino's side have become heavily reliant on their front man, who hit the 30-goal landmark in the league. To solve this problem, Anthony Martial has become Tottenham's number 1 target in the summer window. At 22 years old, he would be an extremely valuable addition to Poch's squad, particularly as his versatility means he can play up front as a number 10 and on the wing. After effectively becoming surplus to requirements at Old Trafford thanks to the arrival of the more experienced Alexis Sanchez, Martial would get more game time in North London, where the average age of 24.7 years old is the youngest in the Prem. Spending most of his time stuck on the bench, Martial has still managed 0.5 goals per 90 minutes in Mourinho's defensive United side, topping that managed by Son, who has been filling in for Kane and contributing 0.4, with both players a long way off Kane's 0.9. The Frenchman does, however, contribute more to his teammates with 0.6 key passes per 90, the same as Dele Alli and substantially higher than Son and Kane. Likened to Thierry Henry, Martial has been praised for his dribbling and ability to beat a man, averaging 2.4 successful take-ons per 90. While it's below Sanchez's 3.5 every game, Martial's stats are beating Son's and over double the amount managed by Ali. Over 2 seasons in England under Mourinho, who votes experience over youth, Martial notched up just 13 Premier League goals. Not exactly impressive for the forward, but he would be an improvement on the other Pochettino signings, Llorente and Janssen, who in the same time have scored just 3 goals between them. A shock move that would definitely delight Spurs fans, and while Jose would take some convincing to sell such a bright talent to a league competitor, it is expected that €70 million could see Martial exit Old Trafford for the revamped White Hart Lane. So those were our 5 shocking transfers that could happen this summer, but what do you reckon? Could they actually happen? Let us know in the comments below. Now, if you've enjoyed this, why not go and check out Football Mundial and head over to FD, where we've got the Ivory Coast vlog up now. It's an absolute blast. Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.